Hey, how's it going everyone? In today's video, we are going to be going over a great Johnny Silverhand build that is going to allow you to one-shot enemies. Now, first and foremost, if you are new to the channel, feel free to subscribe, turn on those notifications, and if you have any questions, leave them down below. I will try to answer them within the first hour or two. Let's now talk about the build, because this is going to be based off of the lore from Cyberpunk Red's tabletop game. What intrigues me is that I was not aware that Johnny would use a Centiviston boost, yet within the game it is not mentioned that he does have this, so I honestly am not too sure. Maybe it is a possibility that Johnny Silverhand himself has some engram problems with the memories and all that. That is probably a possibility because Blackhand was actually there when Johnny was setting off the nuke. Fortunately for us viewers, we did not get to see Morgan, right? Because this is Johnny's memories, supposedly. It's more corrupt, I would have to say. And so the only way that you would actually know is if you were to play the tabletop game or just read the books and all that lore. I just personally do not know if he was using a Centiviston or if it's just an alternate version of it. I don't know, but you guys out there that have participated in the actual tabletop game and read all the books and stuff, let me know. I'd like to know. For this, I am going to include it in the build, and so what I recommend is picking up this Militech Falcon Centiviston Mark V. Again, we are using Militech brand so that we can stick to the lore. Next up, let's talk about firearms. What would you want to use if you are trying to build a Johnny Silverhand build? What I would recommend is picking up an Overture. Sadly, with 1.6, there was quite a few changes that were made, and one of them is that the Overture over here can no longer be found. And the only reason why I am talking about this or discussing this is if you have tried to go over here during 1.6, and you may have noticed that the legendary over here no longer exists. Unfortunately, there is more. So within patch 1.6, you will not be able to find a legendary item or a legendary mod within vendors, specifically clothing stores. Now, this does not affect firearms. You can pick up legendary items there. Yet when it comes to mods and clothing in general, you will no longer be able to pick up those legendary ones within those stores. So with that information to the side, how are we going to pick up an Overture early so that we can at least start our Johnny Silverhand build? Well, it's quite simple. If you head to this spot right here on the map, we will want to locate Metro Wallison Street, then from there, fast travel. Once you have arrived, call in your vehicle, and you are going to then want to proceed down the road. You are going to locate the store on the right side. Note, if the vendor does not have the legendary Overture, what you can do instead is pause the game, skip time 24 hours ahead. This will then reset the vendor cap as well as the items inside. Then from there, if you go back towards the vendor, it should have that legendary Overture. The only reason why I recommend Overture is if you do not have Johnny Silverhand's pistol. Of course, the only way to pick that one up is if you head over towards a specific ship during a specific mission with Rogue. Then you can pick up that pistol. I will not ruin it. This is why I'm not showing it within the clips. Now let's talk about mods. If you drop a mod, did you know you can duplicate it? So if you have some of the following mods from the previous patch 1.5, duplicate it by simply dropping it and then picking the item up while pausing the game. You should notice the bag is in the background. Then from there, make a quick save, load it back up. The mod will be on the ground, as well as the same exact mod will be in your inventory. If you pick up the item that's on the ground, you will see that the item within your inventory has not increased, meaning you will not have 2 dead eyes or whatever mod you've duplicated. Instead, the only way to separate it or take the duplicated piece out is to simply transfer it over to your vehicle's stash. Then from there, go into your stash and then try to take the item and transfer it back towards you. You will notice that the item is sort of glitched or stuck in its way. Just exit out of the stash and then go back into your inventory and transfer those items back on over. All you want to do is exit out of the stash once more, interact with it again, and you will see that the two have been separated. Let's now talk about attributes. We want to increase our body to 14. We are going to pick up the following perks such as Invincible to increase our health by 15%, Tenacious V to help with health regeneration, Divided attention, we can then reload while sliding, traversing over objects and whatnot. We also have multitasker, which is going to allow us to shoot while sprinting, sliding. And last but not least, let's pick up marathoner so that we do not waste any of our stamina while sprinting. Let's go to reflexes and add 20 of our attribute points. We are going to head towards the handguns tab. Now, a majority of these perks are going to influence damage and crit damage. What I like to choose is the following perks right here that do some heavy hitting damage when firing a pistol. I specifically like this one right here, which is brain power. After a successful headshot, it will increase your crit damage chance. There are 2 perks here that I absolutely love, and that is Rio Bravo, which increases your headshot damage multiplier, and Grand Finale, which does double damage on your last bullet. Phenomenal stuff, especially when you are increasing your crit damage. Really good stuff. Now, something I would recommend if you have your handguns maxed out to 20 is to pick up the good, the bad, and the ugly, because this is also going to increase your damage for at least 5 seconds. The next attribute is going to be cool. You will want to send 15 of your points over here, head towards the ninjutsu tab, and let's pick up from the shadows. This is going to increase your crit damage before entering combat. The next one is sniper, so that you can shoot somebody from far away with a ranged weapon, cause some extra damage. It does not have to be specifically a sniper, which is really cool. Let's head over towards the cold blood tab. There is quite a few here that we are going to pick up, such as the cold and calculating. Pain is an illusion, so that we can have some sort of resistance against damage. There are quite a few perks here to mention, yet I want to specifically talk about the rapid blood flow, because this is going to increase your health regen in and outside of combat. So if you are straight up running and gunning, which is exactly what Johnny Silverhand's build is based on, then this is going to be great for you. We also have easy out, which is going to allow us to increase our range weapon damage. Remember that. This is what we really want. Damage and be able to resist damage. As for the rest of your attribute points, you can send it wherever. I went towards technical ability, so I could purchase something over here in engineering, which is blast shielding and mech looter, just to be able to grab that extra loot. Now, blast shielding is only going to increase your damage resistance against explosions. And last but not least, I left intelligence as it is because I do not want to use quick hacking or breach protocol. I want to go straight up in there, shoot everybody, and leave the biz. Straight up, just how it is, right? I think that's how Johnny Silverhand would have done it. And there you go. I hope that you guys have enjoyed the video. I appreciate everyone that is currently subscribed and is a member. I will see you all on the next video.